Oh, have I told you my Hitman idea that I was thinking of for a playthrough?
Yeah.
I was thinking of an idea of a co-op Hitman playthrough, which of course it doesn't support co-op, but it's more like the idea of the whole point of the game is the variety of ways you take out each target. So my idea was to group up with a second person, and we just take turns watching the other one play Hitman, where every level's beaten twice, because each person gets a different outcome.
Oh, okay. That
Was
does
like an
sound
idea.
kind of fun. It's just because Hitman itself is really, really fun, so...
Yeah.
Just an excuse to play Hitman and watch somebody else play Hitman.
Yeah, and have like the back and forth of two different people's play styles in one playthrough.
Yeah. And then for the audience, they get to see, they just get to watch like a lot of Hitman.
Yeah, because the alternative is like the idea of like one person beating a level once, either beating every level once, which isn't really quite the point, or being like, now I will force myself to find a different outcome, which is slightly less natural than the idea of having two different people play it, which just seems like a neat idea.
And it also is a lot less mentally taxing, it'll be a lot faster, etc. There's a lot of strength to that idea.
I also had the idea of getting a group of 4 people together to play Heavy Rain, where a different person plays each character.
Oh, jeez. Just see what weird ending you get at the end of that.
And I'd have to be the detective, because I already know the story. But so the hard part's finding 3 people that don't know the story of Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
And are local.
I actually don't know a lot of the details of the story. I know the start and the end and kind of the middle.
Because that's that multiplayer feature is actually a feature in Beyond Two Souls. In Beyond Two Souls, one of you can play as the girl and one of you can play as the ghost on the same console. It's an actual multiplayer mode where the 2 controllers have separate controls, and isn't like a weird challenge mode a YouTuber makes up. But that was the only one. They didn't bring it back for the game where they didn't bring it back for Detroit.
Apparently the Splinter Cell games kind of play like what you're describing with Hitman.
Yeah.
And those games were really, really good. I love the Splinter Cell games for the PC and stuff like that. They were hard, and if you play them now, they're incredibly clunky, but they were cool.
Yeah, I only ever played Double Agent.
Yeah,
which was like 4 or something. It's when they stopped numbering them, which is usually 4.
Yeah. I remember playing,
and usually Revelations is 5. Usually 4 is when they stop numbering it, and then 5 is when they that's when they give up, and they call it Revelations.
Man, Ubisoft has made you a very bitter person.
They didn't even have to make it that far for some of them. Assassin's Creed 1's PSP port was called Revelation. The second Assassin's Creed game, it was called Revelation already. I knocked over my bucket. Damn it.
Mr. Bucket is
Bucket.
dead on the ground.
Bucket's a cuck. I like that my mental image of what that song is nothing like what the actual song is like.
Question.
I actually watched it.
What the fuck is a mental image of a song?
The version in my head is different from the version that I actually ended up finding when I actually watched it after last session. I looked up.
Doesn't just go like, "Hi, Mr. Bucket, put your balls in my top."
Well, first of all, it's a children's toy, so it's like the usual like,
"Hi, Mr. Bucket."
Really?
Yeah.
No. I
Collect
thought it was
all
like,
the balls.
No. It's not a gremlin. It's got it. I thought it was Mr. Bucket. I thought it was like a really deep, like goofy voice.
Red roses too.
I'm Mr. Bucket. Red balls in my top. Alright, anyway.
Where'd that bucket come from? Weird tablet. Alright. I don't understand what you mean though when you say that that Splinter Cell plays like that.
I don't know. I'm just passing on a message from my chat. You call my chat a liar? Fuck you.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think there was like a hot seat mode for Splinter Cell, which is what I'm describing, where you just take turns watching each other play.
You call my chat a bitch.
I know Splinter Cell had a really cool asymmetric multiplayer mode.
Why are you not listening to me?
Because you're not saying things that make sense. These are really shiny hallways we're making, by the way. This is a satisfying.
Yeah, they're very clean.
It's satisfying to clean this place by comparison because it ends up shiny. God damn it! It's another leg. Give me a bucket.
Yeah, it does. Like the floors of this room in particular are like very reflective and fun.
Yeah, even the hallway is like reflecty.
Yep.
And so on.
And it's like not like that photorealistic reflection that we get nowadays. This is very, very outdated kind of looking reflections, but it feels very fun.
Yeah.
So and like satisfying to look at.
I'm just sitting here
Anyway.
mopping these rooms, even though all the gore is still in them, just to clean. Because it's still better.
Yeah. What we're saying about okay, so couple topics.
Yeah, we've been juggling things. I'm lost.
Yeah. I want to hear your mental image of Mr. Bucket.
Well, it's the one
What
we've
did
been
you
doing the
think
whole
versus the
time.
reality?
It's the one we've been doing the whole time. I also didn't
Right.
actually know what Mr. Bucket was as a toy. I just heard the quote from elsewhere, and it just got stuck in my head, and I kind of lost track of the entirety of like what the actual Mr. Bucket thing was, which is it's like a shitty
Don't
little.
remind me. It's like a toy that he like he's on wheels and he like rides around, right? And then you're supposed to collect all the balls in the room and put them in the top, and if you collect all of your colored balls, you win.
Yeah, and it has a little, and because there's always the weird, like vaguely sexual element in children's things that you always like, oh come on, they knew what they were doing, right? He's got a weird, like open O mouth, and it's spitting out the balls one by one.
Yeah. Why did you say that it always? Like it's inevitable. Every children's toy.
There's so many toys that have really confusing design elements where you're like, why did they do that? Like the isn't it Link that has like the giant butthole on his doll or something? Or is that is it his amiibo? Was it that one?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like the place where he would
if
go.
I Google Link's giant butthole, what am I gonna find?
I'm thinking of like Link or Luigi or something has like a peg that holds him on his pedestal, and it's just like means inserting a giant thing into his butt. Ultimately, that's just what it's shaped like.
Well, I know what I'm Googling in, well, whenever there's a lull in the
I
conversation.
googled Snarf after the last conversation.
Yeah, and you gave me like buff.
Yeah,
like, giant
that was not
Snarf.
Rule 34. That was in engine.
Yeah,
that was a screenshot from the show where the show actually did do a giant buff Snarf, and I'm like, well, that makes it easier.
It is canon
now they have
that
source
Snarf
material.
can apparently
Snarf does lift.
Yeah, Snarf squats. Yeah.
Snarf.
There's sometimes like a lot of vaguely sexual things in children's media and/or toys, like Misty.
just the concept of Misty.
Just Misty, you know? Even as a little kid, I was like, wow,
It's a lot of leg.
Misty seems very inappropriate.
You just throw a cup at me.
Oh, well, I don't have a disposal.
They come from
I'm
down
in the room
there.
with the disposal thing, so
Yeah.
fuck you.
I was like, what is he doing?
Preemptive fuck you.
Preemptive fuck you?
Yeah,
Is this a new or a dirty bucket?
that is a new bucket.
I can't tell because every bucket looks dirty all the time. I'm taking your bucket.
That's fine. There's only one
There's actually
little piece
nothing
of
to
scrappy
clean over here.
Yep. Oh, but there's a ton over here.
Yep.
This is a whole hallway of we haven't taken
Yep.
care of this shit yet.
You know what? I'm just gonna clear out all the boxes and take them downstairs.
Good
Roll for me.
call.
These boxes like blatantly block this damn hallway.
Yep.
It's like annoying to walk in and out of here.
Who do you think is sexier, Brock or Misty?
Oh my god! What was that?
I don't know.
I just saw eternity.
Oh yeah, I've seen that happen in this level. Because I have played this level once before. Sometimes it glitches the fuck out.
I picked up a box. I turned this corner like this. The box got stuck on the wall. Then so then when I went this way, the box rubber banded around behind me and caught up with me from behind. So it propelled me down this hallway at 50 miles per hour, and I just was on the ramp all of a sudden.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
I was like, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, I remember I clipped through like walls and stuff like that when I was playing this one back in the day. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. What? Ah, you did it to me.
You've been
Damn
boxed.
you.
Oh god. Physics.
All right. Fuck, marry, kill.
Kill Ash. Obviously.
How did you know?
Because you already said most of it.
I know. But you didn't let me have fun.
It's obviously kill Ash.
All right.
You obviously marry Brock. This is an easy question.
Okay. Fair point. Fuck, marry, kill.
Brock
Naruto.
and cook.
What?
Brock can cook.
Yeah, I guess that means that he of all three of them has the most life skills.
Yeah.
All right.
There you
Fuck,
go.
marry, kill. Naruto. Naruto. Again. And one of the JoJos. Take your pick.
I don't know any of the JoJos.
Oh.
I've never seen JoJo. It was only this year I finally saw the actual like Dio scene, which was a really confusing context to find out about what the Dio scene is. It's like a fighting over who kisses somebody, and I'm like, that's not what I expected at all. Like,
I haven't seen that.
It's like, what's the master plan?
I actually bailed on watching JoJo about 80% of the way through because I just could not handle it anymore.
And that still wasn't Dio yet? How late is that?
I mean, I watched so much JoJo for such a short period of time that I probably saw that and didn't even register it as
Are you talking
weird.
about all of the JoJos or just one of the JoJos? Because there's like
all of them.
Because they're all shows. They're like separate shows, basically, right?
Every season is kind of its own arc, if that's what you're saying.
So you must have already seen the Dio thing then. Yeah.
Probably.
So everyone's always like, it was me, Dio, all along.
There's so much weirdness to begin with.
But the Dio scene is just that somebody, like, there's some girl and Joe wants to kiss them, but then Dio kisses them first.
Oh yeah, that's like one of the first. That's like the first episode.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
it's not even,
you hear about it all the time, the quote, and you're like, you just want to know what, like, what's this context for this, like, master plan he must have had that he unveils in that moment where it was him all along. But it's just, all it did was kiss a girl sooner. It's like, I don't understand. I don't understand how this is even the plot.
The very first arc is really, really dumb. But anyway.
Tentacle.
Yeah, I gave up on anime around the time I got medicated.
I gave up on anime?
Like, yeah, I got medicated and I was like, oh shit, I can't enjoy anime anymore. And then that was it. I watched one episode of JoJo and I was like, oh, I guess this isn't for me.
See everyone, there's hope. Anime can be cured.
All you need to do is take Ritalin, and then anime will leave you alone. Yeah, these hallways are great for dumping the contents everywhere.
We need to check Andrew for ADHD.
I don't know what the hell Andrew has, but he doesn't need a psychiatrist. He needs a fucking priest.
I'm just like, we can cure Andrew's anime. Here? We can do it. What?
Did you just run off with the bucket?
No, I'm grabbing boxes to bring down because they're in the way of that hallway.
Oh, okay.
So I've just been stashing them all in here.
The bucket.
Yeah, you did just now, like a coward.
No. All right. I was gonna say we should keep a bucket down here so that when the disposal bin thing inevitably barfs up body parts, we can clean it up really easily.
Tentacle. 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 I just read 2 Neil Gaiman Cthulhu stories.
I thought you were saying fuck, marry, kill, tentacle, tentacle, and tentacle.
Tentacle and tentacruel.
Tentacle, tentacruel, and kabutops. Fuck
em, gotta fuck em all.
Oh,
gotta
man.
fuck them all. 34.
What's the 34th Pokemon? Is it Nidoking?
Aren't they like the last ones before 150? Or am I just thinking? Or am I just thinking that because of Pokemon Monopoly?
Pokemon number 34. Pokemon number 34 is Nidoking. Holy shit!
Oh boy! I mean, there's probably a lot of him. He's already humanoid. That just makes it easy.
All right. We're looking up Nidoking.
It must be easier
34.
to make Rule 34 of Digimon than Pokemon because Digimon's really unimaginative, so they're almost all humanoid already.
Yeah.
I've been into that with people before, where like that discussion of like how like Pokemon gets shit for having like a Garbomon or whatever the fuck, but like that fucking Digimon's so lazy that everything evolves the same number of times basically, and like the first stage is just a stuffed animal, the second stage is the only cool one, and the third stage is always an action figure because the entire show is branded around being toys. So stage 1 and 3 are easily fit into categories of marketable accessories you can sell, and only stage 2 is kind of cool.
I looked up Nidoking Rule 34, and I found, well, okay, so
Exactly
it's a
what
really
you thought?
buff humanoid Nidoking sitting on, I think, a stack of logs with a huge cock of a cock, wearing like a diaper, talking to a Nidorino who is not as ripped as the Nidoking, but still packing some heat, if you know what I'm saying. And the Nidoking is giving advice to the Nidorino, and he says, and I quote, "Don't try to evolve too fast, Nidorino. When you get older, people just want to see you naked."
And he's wearing a diaper?
He's wearing effectively a diaper. I don't know how else to describe it.
So the first result you got was a meta commentary about how much Rule 34 there is of that exact character, like I said.
Yeah. Apparently
we found a trope.
We found a trope that there's apparently just ass loads of Nidoking.
I want to see a graph of how much porn there is per Pokemon of the first 150. Like, what's the hot spot? What has the least? What has the least porn? Is it Goldeen?
Dugong maybe?
It's gonna be a boring legless water Pokemon.
But not Dratini or Dragonair, because you can make some real interesting porn with those.
Oh yeah, and the Diglett porn makes itself.
Oh yeah, Diglett. Have you ever seen that comic of the Diglett versus the Lickitung?
I've seen the comic. I've seen the image of the Diglets being really muscular underneath the ground.
Oh, that one's great. There's so many though that are like that. No, there's this comic of Diglett fighting a Lickitung, and it just says in the first panel it's like the Game Boy like fight screen. It just says like Lickitung used lick. And it's two panels of the tongue approaching the Diglett, getting closer and closer, and the Diglett starts blushing. And then in the last panel, the tongue hits the Diglett, and like the Diglett has that weird photorealistic face, and it's just like clearly like having like an orgasm. And in sparkly text just says it's super effective.
Oh, it's super effective, Bacana.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
No.
Oh, no.
There's a hand sticking out.
Also, I think you meant to say senpai instead of Bacana.
I don't know what words mean.
Because you just said it's super effective and possible.
Oh, I love this. I like this visual.
What?
It's burning with the hand sticking out of the bucket, so it looks like I just killed the gremlins.
Wow, yeah, what do you know? That looks awesome.
Oh wait, I don't want a bucket. I just called for a bucket. I'm like, wait a minute. I want other bucket.
Mr. Bucket wants you.
He can't have me. I'm too expensive.
Oh. I find that hard to believe.
I'm talking about, sponsorship deals. Ha ha ha, clean content. I still get jumpy. I get emails about sponsorships and I'm just like jumpy about the whole concept.
You get emails about sponsorships?
Yeah.
What are you sponsoring?
Garbage.
Oh.
Part of it is that I don't think that I don't think can give a return on investment that's valuable. So even just from the get-go, I'm already like, I'm pretty sure that this is a spam email about sponsorships where they just cast a wide net and don't actually check who they're messaging.
Probably.
Because they will not want to pay me for anything, because I will not I will not make the money at my scale.
True.
Must bring bucket. I like when my
the only
bucket comes
person that I've ever seen do
pre-gored.
sponsored content that didn't feel unbelievably fake was God damn it!
See, that was a weird glitch out moment that just happened.
That was really strange. Is Pro Jared, because he did what is it? Not that thing that it delivers food to your house, but you have to cook it afterwards.
Blue Apron.
Blue Apron. I was thinking Blue Origin. I'm like, that's not
The sponsorships are clearly working because I fucking know the name of all of the sponsored things.
Yeah.
Nature Box and Casper Mattress.
Yeah. Purple Mattress too. That was a big one.
Was it? I never heard of that one.
Oh no, Purple just did a bunch of advertising. It didn't actually do any
Cool, that
sponsorships.
torso's the entire box.
Audible. An Amazon company.
An Amazon company.
Every single time.
Sponsored on Twitch. An Amazon company.
There was I like Pro Jared's Blue Apron sponsorships because it shows him actually cooking and eating this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he actually seems like he genuinely likes this product.
That's how they get you.
I know. But what I'm saying is he is probably the most effective person I've ever seen at doing sponsored content as a result.
The more trust you get, the more angry people get if something goes wrong. Like the Philip DeFranco situation with BetterHelp.
Oh yeah, that's pretty terrible though. Granted, the only context I have on BetterHelp is Batbeard's video, so I'm not sure if I'm getting a real full story here.
Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, It's weird when you see one of your friends become a rage tuber.
A rage tuber?
I don't know how else to describe it.
This is what I'm mad about today. Death metal sounds playing.
Yeah. Like he speaks with a lot of passion and a lot of heart and a lot of topics, but I am just always a little bit stunned at how much of his content he ends up, and I don't want to talk about him behind his back, but it's just like a lot of his videos lately are just like about YouTube controversies, and I don't get it. I don't get YouTube controversy at all.
I saw a video that was so many layers deep of just bile that I was like, I need to process this, and I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Escape. Because like what happened.
You were like, I want to see the video that's the rabbit hole of YouTube anger.
Oh, that went so bad. Shit. Cause like I Hate Everything made a video defending The Last Jedi. And then Rags made a video yelling at him over that for some reason. And then somebody else, The Right Opinion, made a video yelling at Rags for yelling at I Hate Everything. And then fucking Rags and Mahler got together to make hours of podcasting about the response to the Rags video. And I'm like, motherfucker, this well is too deep. It's just one movie. It's one movie. Holy shit, guys. And this is all spawned by a video from I Hate Everything that's like 15 minutes long. The fucking Rags video, I think, was hours long or something, because there always are, or him and Mahler always are. Then the Right Opinion video was 2 hours. I just Googled the name of the Right Opinion video, and I got in the results the response videos from Rags, which were totaled to like 6 hours or something. And I'm like,
jeez. This
is all about I Hate Everything making a video where he was like, calm down, the movie's fine, is like most of the video. And I'm like, I don't understand. Everyone's just yelling in a circle. And I realized the reason why the outrage makes no sense, like the scale of it makes no sense, is because those are channels that just profit off of doing that.
Yeah.
So like, it's not a matter of whether or not it's a reasonable response. It's just how they make their money and get their views. So they just will do it. Just go and go.
I feel like, you know, he and what was the other one? One under grade A or something like that.
What?
Got really, really big by talking about YouTube controversies. And I'm just like, that is the most strange.
What are you saying?
Productions,
Hee-hee?
Ethan Klein.
Oh, H3H3. No one ever has called it hee before.
I know.
I was like, what? Are you okay?
I was trying to fuck with you just a little bit.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I was like, at first they said and I'm like, oh, I hate everything?
No.
That made too much sense.
H3H3 and one under grade A got like really
What is one under grade A? What are you talking about?
I think that's what the name of this channel was.
Is there really a channel called One Under Grade A? Like it's a fucking Kingdom Hearts sequel?
One under grade...
Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Fleet, One Under Grade A, Days Over 365.
Okay, it's called Grade A Under A. I apologize, I'm not quite right.
I've never heard this channel, I guess. I guess it's just the end. It's the only comment I can say. I was like, who the fuck?
Anyway, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Our
people yelling
with every
for
other
money.
YouTuber right now.
Yeah. Everyone's yelling at everyone else because it makes them money.
It just makes me think of like 90s rappers with their like diss tracks and stuff like that. Like, yo, Keemstar, he's a fucking jabroni.
It's just the hate clicks. You gotta get them hate clicks. It's like that thing I retweeted yesterday where it's like, I think it was a photoshopped, I can just look it up actually. There was a thing I retweeted that was just a fantastic little doctored headline for an article. I think it's doctored. Yeah, there it is. It's like a pretend Vice article. It says, "We paid a freelancer to say a thing you like is dog shit because the Google-Facebook duopoly ate the whole digital ad market, and now harvesting hate clicks is the only viable business model for online media."
Damn.
The headline of the video of the article.
Wow.
Everyone's gotta get angry. That's how we do it. Yeah, it goes manky and then mongrel and then mangry. I don't know.
Alright. Fuck, marry, kill. Manky, mongrel, and mangry.
We have to first figure out who two of them are.
Alright, so manky is easy enough. Mongrel is just like it's basically like you take a furry slug and make it also be like dribbling drool out of its mouth at all times. And then mangry is just like, well, so it went from monkey.
Doesn't Mankey already evolve? And I just can't think of what it is. Oh, primate.
Primate, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, fuck that. We're doing
fuck that, marry it and kill it.
we're doing mangry, which I guess we went from monkey to slug. So now it's like, I don't know, a Tyrannosaur US Rex. It's the big lizard thing.
Rex.
Yeah. And it's got boobs.
What?
Yeah. Fuck, marry, or kill.
Didn't it already have boobs? It's a mammal.
No, it's a lizard. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
The sexual tyrannosaur?
Yeah. Well, I guess you have to fuck that one, pretty much by definition, huh?
Well, no further questions.
Alrighty then. So,
we solved
marry,
fucking.
kill. All we had to do was make up a fictional monster, and fucking
it.
was solved forever.
We figured out how the internet works. Just make up monsters to fuck.
Huh. Anyway, that was a topic that I'm glad came to an end.